Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Hello From. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with not only one person, but two. And it also happens that we have a legacy here at the university. Today, I am joined by Steven Ziegler, who is a graduate of the class of 1989 from the College of Business Administration. And with him is his daughter and recent graduate, Nicole Ziegler, who graduated in 2020 from TCB and most recently 2021 with her master's degree. So welcome.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Thanks so much for joining us. So I just wanted to get a little bit of a story from Stephen. Could we start with you? What made you decide to come to St. John's and pursue a degree at the College of Business Administration?
St. John's really wasn't on my radar when I first started looking for schools to go to.
Hmm.
I was very interested in studying business. I looked at Baruch College, Adelphi University, and Hofstra University. And my father said, St. John's is like practically right down the block from where we are. Why don't you give, have it take a tour of the campus and see how you like it? And then I
Hmm.
started doing my research on the university and found out that they actually had a very good business program. And when I did the tour, I actually gave the tour myself. They really didn't have any tours when I was going to school back then. It
Hmm.
was like send in your application and you're accepted or you're not.
Hmm.
And I loved it. I mean, it was so nice to see how beautiful the campus was. I mean, you can't believe that you're in Queens when you go onto the campus. It's just fantastic and so much green space. It was beautiful, and I fell in love with the campus the first time I walked on.
I think your response is a response that we get really, really very often, because when you step on the Queen's campus, it feels like you are in an oasis, and you cannot believe that you're in the middle of Queens with all of this greenery, and you have all of these hills, and you have to remember that you're only a subway ride away from Manhattan. So it's really, really nice. So I'm glad that you decided to come to St. John's. How was your experience at St. John's? Were you part of any student organizations? Were you founder of any organizations, sports, extracurricular activities?
Before I actually, when I was in high school, let me go back a minute. I
Okay.
was recruited to play soccer in a couple of universities. There were UCLA, West Point, and actually St. John's. Um, but not knowing what to expect when I was going to college, I said I want to be. I'm more concerned with doing well in college than I was about sports. Because in the '80s, there really wasn't a professional soccer league in the United States to go to after you finished college.
Hmm.
So I said, why take a chance and doing soccer and having my studies get affected negatively by it. So I wound up just doing the schoolwork, and
Great.
I couldn't be happier. I mean, the people that I met there, whether it was the professors, the students. I mean, it was like a family. I mean, I think my daughter feels probably the same way. It was like when I left my house in the morning to take the bus or the car to get to school. It felt like I was leaving home, and I wound up back at home as soon as I stepped on campus. So it was just really a wonderful time for me. I wouldn't have changed it for anything.
And I love that you say that too, because I always feel that St. John's is a home away from home. And I think a lot of our students feel the same way, just because there's a lot of opportunities for you to meet other students from around the world, as well as faculty that are really experts in what they're teaching at the university. So I'm glad that you had such a positive experience at the university. So, so when you left St. John's, where did you go? And how did that degree sort of help you push you along your professional career?
Well, that's the funny thing. I graduated with a marketing degree, and I wound up in the financial field. I'm not sure how that works out, but when you
Hmm.
get out of college and you get your first job, it seems like that's really the way that you wind up, the path that you seem to follow. So I wound up in finance. I stayed at my first job for about a year and a half, and went on an interview for my second position, and I've been in finance for my entire life now, which is since St. John's. I'd say it's now about 30 years. So yeah, it's strange how things work like that. I originally wanted to get into advertising and marketing, had a really
Hmm.
hard time trying to find something in that field, and got the job in finance, and happy ever since.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. I think a lot of our students learn those core values and the core sort of skills at the university that they can sort of, go into any field. And it's lucky that you found the finance field and you
Absolutely,
like it.
and I do like it. Yes, very much so.
So, when you had Nicole and she's looking for college and she's deciding on where to go, was St. John sort of like your number one on her list, or did you tell her about your experience at St. John's, or did she just fall in love with the campus when she came to visit? And Nicole, please feel free to jump in.
I didn't push St. John's on Nicole. I mean, she knew
Hmm.
all along that that's where I attended, and I think we might have gone to some soccer games while she was in high school, and so she was able to see what the campus was like. And but in no means did I push her to go to St. John's. I mean, she was a great student in high school, and she had a lot of offers to go to other schools, but she chose St. John's. Maybe you can tell them why you decided.
Yeah, so I was looking at all CUNY schools and Malloy College out on Long Island, and I've gone to like the campuses, and I wasn't having that home feeling there or that whole campus experience. And then I went for a tour at St. John's, and exactly like my dad said, it's like you go there and it's an oasis. It's like you're not in Queens, but it looks like a college that's depicted in the movies. And I just loved how that experience was and how nice everyone was and how inclusive they were. And I was like, okay, I'm set. This is exactly where I'm going. And having my dad being an alumni was another nice step because he knew like some of the maybe old professors that were there. So he gave me his 2 cents in like what I was interested in doing, which wound up being finance.
And
What a
now
coincidence.
she's gonna get a job in marketing.
I love it. You never know, right? That's great. And I love, and Nicole, as you may know, was also our former graduate assistant, and she was fabulous. And we loved having her on the team, and she was such great help this past year. So, um, good luck to Nicole. And in all of her endeavors, we're very excited to see where her career path takes. Maybe it's in finance, maybe it's marketing. You never know. But not only is Nicole sort of a graduate of St. John's now. I also know that you have a son that's also attending St. John's, correct?
Correct, Kyle. He's in his starting his third year, cybersecurity major, so he's probably going to get a job in finance.
Mhm. I love it. And our cybersecurity, and I know the cybersecurity major has become more and more popular. So it's great that he's joining the Collins College of Professional Studies. He's going to do great. Um, so, I just wanted to ask your last thoughts about having both of your children attend St. John's. What what advice can you give the both of them that will guide them along their professional careers and sort of, have keep them remain sort of steadfast and grounded by their St. John's mission and what they learned at St. John's.
I don't think there's really anything I can say to them. I think that the courses that they took in school are really setting them on the path for what to expect and how to approach all of the obstacles that they might face in the future. I mean, the philosophy classes, the theology classes, all those things really, you say to yourself when you're taking them is why do I have to take these classes? But I mean, they
Mhm.
really help you with dealing with things in today's society. I mean, I felt the same way when I took them. I was like, I really don't need these classes. I think I can get out of here in 2 years if I didn't have to take it. But as you get older, you realize, you look back at those things that you've taken in the past, and they do really help you in the future. So I mean, the curriculum that St. John's has for their students is really something that not only will set them uh, on their way in their field that they're studying, but as a person in life too. I think it makes them a good person in society.
I don't think I could have said it better. And I think it's very true. I think what you learn at St. John's during your undergraduate years really, really shape how you're going to sort of handle yourself in the professional world. So thank you for sort of reiterating that. And you attended school in the 80s and you still remember those core values. So Great job.
Yeah.
But I really want to thank you both for taking time out of your day to sort of sit with me and speak about your experience at St. John's, and now Nicole's has her experience under her belt, and looking forward to sort of watching your son, flourish and then graduate and become an alum as well. So I'm very excited to hear about that, and I want to thank you both, and have a great day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thank you.